Family matters, huh? Look like some real family matters are going on in this video right here. This is Drake's dad right here, rubbing up and trying to get freaky with a little early 20-year-old girl. Now, how the situation happened, she went to LA, she got invited to a party, but I don't really know all the details. We're going to get into her story time in a few. And she ends up running to Dennis Graham, and he, you know what I'm saying, he trying to get his freak on. He can't control himself. You know, I don't know what's going through his mind, but without further ado, let's get straight into this. I really hope that Drake is not on the internet, because this would not be good for his mental health at all. Like, the amount of dirt that's just being uncovered, bro. He needs to stay off the internet and then just have everything be handled legally on his behalf, and all the lawsuits that are probably going to come against him after this, bro. But let's get straight into this, man.
POV. In 2019, you think you're going to Drake's party, but get Dennis instead.
4 years is a huge favor. I think you should ask for more paper, and more paper, and more paper. I'm blaming you for hardest gambling addictions.
Damn, son. My man Dennis was extra horny that night. Oh, nah. You seen the way...
POV. In 2019,
like, respectfully, you should be able to tell when a woman, like, you know, wants you or not. She don't want you, my brother.
you think you're going to Drake's party, but get Dennis instead.
4 years is a huge favor. I think you should ask for more paper, and more paper, and more paper. I'm blaming you for hardest gambling addictions.
Damn, bruh. So I'm not gonna lie, even though this is a Dennis Graham L, this is also another L for Drake. It's really not looking good. This is what I'm talking about. He's just really taking a lot of L's from just different locations and different people on the internet at this point. So now let's get into this girl's story time.
Wow.
She's gonna explain exactly what happened in that video, how she even ended up in that situation. That's another thing I need to say for my ladies. You need to be careful when you go into these clubs, these parties. You're putting yourself in a position to be around drunk men, and a lot of the times, you know, they don't have self-control. The lust demon overtakes them and things of that nature. So you always have to be very careful also. Now let's get into this.
Get ready with me while Roy tell the story of the time that I thought I was going to an after party at Drake's. And it ended up being a party at his dad's house. So this was back in 2019. I would like to preface that I was an adult. I was 22 years old.
22.
My friends and I are not from LA. We went down and
That's still hella young though. Like, I'm 23 and I look at 22-year-olds like, you know, you a little youngin.
We're able to get like a table at one of like a larger club down in LA. Had fun, and then one of my friends ended up meeting some guy who was like, hey, we like your vibes. Again, we're like not from LA, so this is not like a normal situation from us, and we're like, oh my gosh, how cool. He's like, so there's an after party happening at Drake's house, like, do you and your friends want to go? And we're like, obviously, like that, yeah. Again, this is like not our normal scenes. We're like,
This man done sold the hell out of her. She got Drake 2.0, the Walmart version.
One thing to note was that it was literally being televised that he was at some like basketball game in Canada, but we were like, he has a private plane. He can fly here quickly. Like, that's what's happening. So while we were in line, there was some like random like crazy man that was trying to like talk to us and was being real weird, and there was this private security guard who was helping like some celebrity who was there, and his name was Big Money. And Big Money, I know you follow me still. I love you so much. And he was like, hey, back up, and like was so sweet to us and was like very kind and protecting, but then was like, hey, let me get your number and like text me wherever you're going so I know that you're like getting there safe, because we were clearly like not a part of this scene. Like, this was like not our normal scenario that we're in. So our Uber pulls up and we pretty immediately are like, oh, Drake is not going to be at this party. There were like 15 people there. It was not super busy at all.
Damn.
And we're greeted by, it felt like out of a movie. It was this weird, creepy ass butler who was like probably even older than Dennis. Weird vibes. And they just kept like randomly like.
Dennis was out here trying to host his own freak off. He learning from the celebs. He's learning from Drake, Diddy, all of them. He said, now he said, you know what? I'm gonna host my own freak off.
Stopping and then like dancing and then continuing on with conversation. So just Dennis was there, which again, still not from this like area. I'm like,
just
still pretty cool. Like,
it was only him.
All right. And they just kept like randomly like stopping and then like dancing and then continuing on with conversation. So just Dennis was there, which again, still not from this like area. I'm like, still pretty cool. Like, all right, like for the plot, let's see where this goes. Also, I'd like to preface that, like, I'm not a victim. I just thought it was a crazy story. It was a very weird and, like, uncomfortable situation, but, like, once it got to the point where I was like, this is too much, me and my friends left. So we were really only there for, like, maybe 20 minutes. While we're there, he's just being super, like, handsy and weird. He said some, like, really strange comments, which that's kind of what started leading us to be like, okay, this guy's... odd, and like clearly Drake's not coming, so like we feel like we saw what we needed to see and we're ready to go. One weird thing is there were photos of Drake everywhere. Like his entire wall is just like memorabilia of Drake, which I thought was hilarious. But yeah, basically just like a weird creepy old dude with his weird creepy old butler. So we, after 20 minutes, are like, let's go. This is weird. There's like also not enough of us here for us to feel like super comfy.
He was trying to thug out his own party by himself. No other dudes, just hella girls. Yo, he's a menace for this one. I'm not gonna lie. Dennis Graham, you're a menace.
We tried to call an Uber, but he lives like way up in the Hollywood Hills, and there was like a security guard at the beginning of the neighborhood, and they're like, oh, the security guard won't let us in. He's like, no joke, like a mile and a half up this road, and we're like, what the fuck? So we literally had to walk in the pitch black to get to our Uber because the security guard wouldn't be like letting our Uber in. No street lights at all. So we're walking, a group of, I think it was like 5 of us girls. And then all of a sudden we're walking and we see a car coming up from behind us, and it slows down, and it's the fucking butler. I don't know if I can cuss on here. And he's like, hey girls, you want to get in the car? Like, let me give you a ride. And we're like, no, thank you. And we like start running. This happens like 2 more times. He keeps like making his laps, and like we're the only ones walking on the street. Pitch black, so scary. Then all of a sudden we see a figure walking behind us, and we're like, what? Like, what is that? So we start speeding up because we're like, that's so scary. Then the figure starts speeding up. We start running. The figure behind us starts running. So finally, one of my friends just stops and yells like, what's your problem? And we just hear this like sweet girl's voice, and she's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I was there and I was like getting kind of scared and freaked out. My friends didn't want to leave, so like I left. So it was just this girl walking down the street by herself, and she was trying to like keep up with another group of girls to like feel safe. And then we were like running away from her. So obviously she joined our group, and we made sure that she got home safe.
Damn.
But yeah, that's really it.
Bro, imagine being that pervy that all the girls at the party like are escaping you. That's not a good look, man. It's not a good look.
An odd dude was saying weird things. I'm not going to get into it just because I'm like, I don't know what. I don't know. I'm like a little scared. But like nothing bad happened. I'm not a victim. It was just a crazy story. And it's like one of my favorite fun facts to be like, I peed in Dennis Graham's toilet. So, yeah. And then next time we went to LA, which was like only the second time we were out, saw Dennis again. So I think this is just kind of like his thing. And we were talking to someone about it, and they're like, oh yeah, no, you never go to a party at Dennis's house. So I think it's just kind of like an LA thing that we were just not aware of. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could say that. I mean, at this point, we understand what goes on at these celebrity parties for the most part. You know, they're trying to get freaky. And I heard that a lot of them do, like, when celebrities have the parties with only celebrities, there's a lot of swinging that goes on. If you don't know what swinging is, it's basically, you know, you will have a couple, and then one couple goes with the other couple. Like, one partner of the couple goes with the other couple. And you know, they do some very interesting things. But let's give this video one last look, bro, because he was really...
POV. In 2019, you think you're going to Drake's party, but get Dennis instead.
That is the face of zero comfortability. Like, what the hell is going on? And he is like fully bear hugging shorty for real. Like, no exaggeration. That's tough.
More paper and more paper and more paper. I'm blaming you for hardest gambling addictions.
Hey, bruh, that's just what goes on up in those hills for real. Make sure you guys do smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can catch when I drop another video for you guys. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.